Hello, everyone, and welcome back to that FPL. Me and Danny just got done watching the UCL group stage draw. Some very interesting groups to have a look over. We're going to be giving you our reaction to the groups, who we think is going to win the groups, which group is the group of death, which group is the group of hope and happiness, and who's going to win the Champions League this year. It was a very interesting draw. We had a Claudio Ranieri look-alike. And Danny was very impressed by the way Branislav Ivanovic was opening the UCL balls.
Yeah, it was top quality technique there.
He really cradled the balls quite well, Danny, don't you think?
Yeah, he cradled like it was his own newborn baby. It was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, anyway, so Danny, should we go through these groups, yeah?
Yeah, start off on Group A.
Well, I was going to start on Group H, but good job you started me from the top. Group A, Man City, Paris Saint-Germain, Leipzig, and Club Brugge, Danny. Initial thoughts on this one?
Well, you got to say it is probably the group of death. I mean, Man City, PSG, the big two oil clubs, Qatar versus Abu Dhabi. Of course, Paris just got Messi, Man City just signed Grealish, could be signing Ronaldo. It could be the renewed Ronaldo-Messi derby. It's just, and of course you got Leipzig in there as well, who are very, very, very good side. Of course, they showed up Man United last season.
Yes.
Go on.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I'm really looking forward to this group because everyone's going to be watching this group, of course, because of, Paris Saint-Germain with Messi, and their new signings, and everyone wants to see how Man City are going to do this year. But I'm really looking forward to see how Leipzig do in the group because of their... Honestly, I'm really just a real big fan of their player, Dominik Szoboszlai, Hungarian midfielder, very, very good player. Scored a banger the other week. It's just going to be exciting to see more eyes on that sort of player, I wouldn't be surprised if in the January transfer window, someone's going to go in for him because of his performances against these clubs.
Yeah, you definitely could get a move off this group stage campaign. Of course, you got Club Brugge there at the bottom. That'll probably be the team where the other teams will be looking to get 6 points from Club Brugge. If anyone does drop points against Club Brugge, they're probably the ones coming third in the group.
They're going to be missing Dennis the Menace, Danny. We know you're a big fan of him. I just want to go for your, first take. Who do you think's going to win the group and come second? For me, I'm going to say that Paris Saint-Germain are going to win the group and Leipzig are going to come second.
Interesting. So you're saying no City to get through? That is controversial.
City hater over here, man. I'm just going to hate against City.
City hater.
Yeah.
For me, I think Man City are actually going to win the group with PSG coming second. And it's basically how it's laid out on the draw right there. I just think... City's team is more settled than PSG. PSG have got a lot of new signings to integrate. Pochettino hasn't been in the job for that long. But I do think they will have enough to better Leipzig. So that's my prediction. Yeah,
fair enough. I think that's pretty... I could see City getting a double over Paris again. No quarrels with that one, Danny. Group B, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Porto and AC Milan. This group for me, I'm interested to see how Milan do in this group, Danny.
Yeah, of course, it's the first time back in the Champions League for a good few years for Milan, and I'm really happy for them to be here. And I think it's actually a cracking group if you look at it. I'm seeing some very good teams. Even Porto, they did quite well in the Champions League last year. Of course, they knocked out Juventus. So a very good quality group.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm interested to see how the Porto-Milan game plays out. I think that is going to decide who's going to try and battle for second place. I think you could see Atletico Madrid maybe dropping some points in this one. I think Liverpool can get the better of them. And maybe Milan. Going to be interesting to see. How do you see this one going, Danny?
I'm not going to have any hot takes here. Liverpool to come top, Atletico to come second.
Okay, I'm the one who's going to come with the hot takes. Okay. I'm going to go Liverpool top, Milan second.
I would love to see that because I really have a soft spot for Milan.
Yeah, man. It's nice to see the old school big teams doing well, right?
Yeah, aren't they the second most successful team in Champions League history after Real Madrid? So they've got to be in there.
No, are they?
I believe
I
they
don't
are.
know. I Liverpool up there.
Liverpool third
Are
with
they
the
third? Are
most
they?
English trophies, but
Yeah.
don't quote us on that.
Don't. Well, I don't have a fucking clue. Group C. We got Sporting, Borussia Dortmund, Ajax, and Besiktas. I am. This group is actually coming to me now, and I kind of like it. I think you might be looking at Dortmund and Ajax to get out of this one, Danny.
Yeah, I've got to agree with that. I think this group will be quite an entertaining group, actually. You think of Dortmund and Ajax, two very attacking teams, high press football, and I'm sure Sporting and Besiktas will also like make their presence felt. But yeah, Dortmund and Ajax, the two best teams on there, and it would be silly really to bet against them. But I'm expecting some very interesting games, end to end stuff.
Yeah, I could see Besiktas being a bit of a banana peel for somebody. I'm not sure. Maybe like if Sporting are doing well, I could see them going away to Besiktas and having a bit of a shocker or something like that. For me, I see it being a race between Sporting and Ajax for second place. I'm pretty confident Dortmund are going to finish top of this group. And if I had to put money on it, I'd probably say Ajax for second place and Sporting third.
I agree. Dortmund first, Ajax second.
Fair enough. Group D, Danny, the real group of death. Everybody knows he's finishing top in this group. Sheriff to come top, and it's going to be a battle between Inter and Real Madrid to come second.
I would love to see that. Sheriff to put the other teams in jail.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's actually a repeat of their group last season, isn't it? Inter, Madrid, Shakhtar, apart from little old Sheriff.
Isn't it Atalanta who were meant to be in there last year? I think it was Atalanta. Yeah, but this group, it got some. I'm really looking forward to Real versus Inter, especially if Real can get hold of Mbappe, which it looks like they might. Inter Milan, obviously, they've lost Lukaku, but still got Lautaro Martinez. Sorry, Lautaro Martinez is still there. Yeah, real interesting. I know Shakhtar. They're a bit like you never know what you're gonna get with them. They a lot of Brazilian talent down there. Yeah, interesting group. Unfortunately, I don't think Sheriff are gonna get a point.
No.
I think Inter to top the group and Real Madrid to come second.
Interesting. Inter to beat Real Madrid to the first place. That is a prediction right there. See, for me, Inter, of course, they've kept hold of all of their players apart from Lukaku, but I just don't think they've replaced him. And if Real Madrid do get Mbappe, Ancelotti's a bit of a Champions League specialist. Of course, he got the La Decima back in 2014 for them. So Real Madrid top, Inter second, Shakhtar third, Sheriff rock bottom.
Yeah, hitting the cells. Group E: Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Benfica, and Dynamo Kiev. I'm going to hit you on this one first, Danny.
Yeah, Bayern and Barcelona together again. Of course, a couple of seasons ago, it was that infamous 8-2 on aggregate score for Bayern against Barcelona, where Bayern won the Champions League. And I don't see it being too different in terms of course, the scores aren't going to be that big, especially for Barcelona. But Barcelona, they're just not going to be there this season in the Champions League. They've lost Messi. I do like the signing of Memphis. I think Aguero is an okay signing, but he's just so injury prone. You can't really rely on him. You can't hang your hat on him to get the goals. So Bayern to blitz Benfica and Dynamo Kiev and get the battle of Barcelona for first place. Barcelona will beat Benfica and Dynamo for second place. But yeah, it's another really good group. A lot of these groups are really interesting. I feel like the great teams this year have all been separated well. You know, there's a couple of really good teams in each group, which for most groups that is, and all of the groups are very interesting.
Yeah, could you see potentially Benfica maybe getting the better of Barcelona and coming second?
It wouldn't surprise me the way things are going down in Barcelona.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. I do not rate Ronald Koeman as a manager. He's a failed Everton manager, remember? So,
Okay.
yeah.
Slander for Coman now. Yeah, I have a feeling that Barcelona aren't going to get through the group stage. I don't know why.
That is a hot take.
Matt, I'm making the bold predictions today. Even on that FPL show game week 3 earlier, I was making some bold predictions.
You were indeed.
Like Arsenal to beat City, which is probably wrong. But I'm going to go Bayern first, Benfica second, Barcelona third, Kiev fourth. Danny. Right, Group F, Danny. This is the group with our team in, United. We've got Villarreal, Manchester United, Atalanta, and Young Boys. Gilfie's favourite, allegedly. Right, Villarreal. How do you see this one, Danny? I think it's probably going to be Villarreal and United tussling for first and third, with maybe Atalanta, getting into second place with United's fuck-ups, basically.
You think United are not going to qualify? That is...
I don't know. I'm not very optimistic at the moment, Dan.
I'm feeling really optimistic. I think this season the Champions League might be Solskjaer's saving grace. I think we're going to fall away in the title race. Chelsea is going to run away with it, and we're going to rely on the Champions League to keep us excited around the season. I think we're going to win the top. We're going to top the group. I can see 2 0-0 draws against Villarreal, to be honest. Very similar to the Europa League final last year. But I actually think Atalanta will get the better of Villarreal and get second place. I feel like Emery, Villarreal, Europa League specialists. So you would want them in... they'd probably want to finish third, to be honest. They can get that Europa League trophy again.
What are you on about? They came out of the pot first. They've got high expectations. I'm sure they're looking to get out into the knockout stages and probably end in first place.
They are, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Okay, so what was that? You went with United, Atalanta, and Villarreal.
Yeah, and Young Boys to come last.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Villarreal first, United second, Atalanta fourth, Young Boys fourth. Oh no, Atalanta third, Young Boys fourth. Sorry, but
yeah,
United are probably gonna get a draw with Villarreal, and I could see them losing to Atalanta, and Atalanta coming in second place. I wouldn't be shocked with that. Right, Group G, Danny. This is the hippie group. This is the peace for love. Everyone's got hope. Who do you see taking the group?
This is definitely the hardest group to call. Obviously, League champions LOSC Lille have lost their manager. So I don't think they're going to be as good as this season. I believe they lost like 4-0 in the French league on the opening weekend or something crazy like that. So I actually going to think they're not going to get through. I think it's going to be Salzburg and Sevilla, with Sevilla coming top, Wolfsburg coming third, Salzburg second. They're going to surprise a lot of people. They always have a lot of young talent. You think of Minamino or Erling Haaland coming through there. And yeah.
What was his name? The winger. I forgot his name. He was pretty good. He moved on as well. I disagree, man. I think LOSC might come second and Sevilla first. Maybe a Wolfsburg third. But I'm pretty sure Sevilla top, LOSC second.
Yep. Wow.
Group H.
Yeah.
I
was just going to say for Group G, we call it the group of happiness and love because I feel like any of them could really get through. It's probably the hardest group to call. There's no standout team. So anything really could happen there.
Yeah, anything could happen. Group H, Danny. Could anything happen for Malmo?
No, I'm sorry, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, your hometown club, but nothing's going to happen for Malmo. I think they're clearly the weakest link in Group H. Chelsea, of course, European champions. They won it last year against City. You would be stupid to bet against them bringing home Group H. Tuchel is such a knockout specialist. You really think in these one-off sort of games he'll get through the group stage. Juventus, of course, we don't know what's going to happen with them and Ronaldo, but they do have probably the second strongest squad in this group. They have got a lot of quality players. They have so much experience.
Malmo's got a pretty strong squad, bro.
Who have they got?
I haven't got a fucking clue.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting because I could see Juventus finishing top of the group. They've got Allegri. I'm a fan of some of the players in their squad, Danny. It's going to be an interesting battle with Chelsea because they play quite similar styles, I think. I think Juventus might be better off this season letting Ronaldo go and, developing their squad a bit more. Obviously, they got the likes of Chiesa, Dybala. They've got some great players in the team. They still got the old boys at the back, Chiellini, Bonucci. I could see them doing quite well. I think they might top the group over Chelsea. However, I think Chelsea are definitely favourites. I'd probably go Chelsea, Juventus, Zenit, Malmo, the order it's in already.
Agreed.
Yeah. Nothing for Zenit?
No. They haven't even got Hulk anymore. I don't see Zenit really being a problem. They've got, Liverpool flops like Dejan Lovren in their squad. That's probably the most recognisable player they have. Yeah,
the world's greatest centre-back.
And yeah, with Juventus, you've already say Ronaldo does give a bit of imbalance to their team. He's more like the focal point of that team in a bad way. Like, I feel like if you remove Ronaldo from that team, they can play a lot more free-flowing. They've got a lot of sort of interchangeable players like Chiesa, like Dybala. So I would like Ronaldo to leave. And if Ronaldo leaves, Juventus have more of a shot of finishing first. But at this point, it's got to be, as you said, Chelsea, Juventus, Zenit, Malmo.
Yeah. So Danny, that brings us to our Champions League winners. Who have you got?
You know what? This is going to be probably one of the hardest Champions League seasons to pick ever, really, because I don't really see one standout team.
I do.
Who?
Group E, Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I just think they're going to do the business this year. Obviously, new manager. We saw how he did with Leipzig last year. I felt they were quite a good team. Obviously, United battered them in the first game, but they was very competitive in the second game. And I think with a better squad, I just can't see anyone really dealing with Bayern this year.
I'm going to put my balls on the chopping block and say PSG to win their first ever Champions League title with Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi lifting them the cup. I just think
Lionel Messi.
It would be romantic for him to lift the cup after leaving Barcelona after all these years and for PSG's first trophy. I do think they won't win their group. City will win their group, but the further we get into the competition, the more Paris Saint-Germain will improve. The squad will be moulded, all of the new signings, and it's just going to come together to them. They're going to get lucky in the knockout stages with some easy fixtures, could find themselves in the semi-final with no problem at all, and I think it's just going to happen for them. This is the season PSG win the Champions League for the first time.
They're finishing second, according to you, Danny.
Yeah, they're finishing second in the group, but winning the competition.
That's all that matters. Okay, then. I've gone with Bayern. You've gone from Chelsea. Be sure to let us know who you think is going to win the Champions League in the comment. And who do you think is the dark horse in these groups to go through? I've been Jack. He's been Danny. Together we're Fanny. We'll see you next time. Peace.